overall, just how is the team feeling after a disappointing result?
Yeah, I think obviously extremely disappointed to go 3-0 up and not win the game. We take full accountability for it as players on the field. We're the only ones who can affect that, and we lost control in the game for whatever reason that was, but it's unacceptable. But we'll learn from it for sure. We'll get back to the drawing board and make sure that we go through everything and it doesn't happen again.
2 games in a row where the team has conceded 3 or more goals. Just what do you think needs to be better or be fixed? Is there any sort of through line that connects them? What are you thinking about that?
It's definitely different games. I think that Portland was very set piece based. I think we gave up a lot of goals in set pieces, and I think that's something we dove into this week. I felt like this game, although like we did give up one at the end, I think that we were better, and this game was a completely different reason of why we're conceding. So every time this kind of happens to us, it gives us a chance to dive into why. Our end goal is playoffs, and I think that's where we're looking towards. And I think like these games, while it feels terrible to not come away with 3 points, it gives us these opportunities to grow on different aspects every time something like this happens, so that when the time comes, it doesn't happen again. So I think it gives us a different check into what is breaking down. It's all you can really look at when you walk away from a game like this. I think like you can only look at what broke us down, what went wrong, and just make sure we don't do it again. And I think we're a team that learns from mistakes very well, and we're able to hold each other accountable and take responsibility when we need to. And as long as we hold that attitude, we're going to come out in a great space. And I think this is going to be another week like that, where it's a quick turnaround into our next game, and we can just improve from here.
On the positive side of things, I believe it's the 6th game in a row where the team has scored multiple goals after the early season was a kind of a struggle to get more than one. Just what do you think has been working offensively and clicking on that side of the field?
I think this year, like, we've changed structures, which was new for a lot of players on the field. We've had a lot of new faces come in and take big roles and responsibilities on this team as well. And I think, like, initially it's all about clicking and gelling and learning how to kind of take advantage of this formation and players' attributes. And I think, like, as the season's progressed, we've learned how to do that. And I think our depth is incredible. I think we have so much on the bench, on the field, even in the stands, that we can use, which is so unique. And I think we're learning how to use that. And yeah, we're dangerous. We're a dangerous front line. We're a dangerous midfield line. Like, we're getting forward and we're showing quality. And I think, like, our shots to goal ratio was great today, especially like sitting at one point like 7 shots, 3 goals, something like that. That's great. I think, like, we're turning opportunities into goals, and that's something huge for us.
Jordyn, can you just take us a little bit through your goal, what you saw, being able to get a foot up there for that one? Seemed like it was kind of I have to get something on this sort of play.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a desperation attempt. I felt like I was just like, don't kick anyone in the face, and your foot can get higher than everyone's head because you're quite tall. So that was my goal. I wasn't really thinking. It was just in those moments you're just trying to do anything you possibly can to get the ball in the back of the net as a forward. And if it's that way, if it's off your kneecap, if it's off whatever, your back, you're just trying to do anything possible.
And has to ask you about someone you know pretty well. Jess has scored 3 goals in 3 matches. Just what have you seen from her, you know, since you guys got back from Euros and she's kind of come back in firing?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's a phenomenal person, phenomenal footballer, and you can see that. I think the Euros really gave her the spark that she needed. She's back, she's, you know, in great shape right now, and she's playing arguably the best I've seen her play in a long time. I think when we find her in those dangerous pockets, the field lights up. You know, you hear the crowd getting behind, and we are really dangerous in those areas. I think the problem that we're having at the minute is finding her as often as we'd like. I think we need to find her a little bit more, because I think she created the second one, she scored the first one. It was so she's dangerous right now, and I think since coming back from the Euro, she's hit great form, and she's a very important player for us.
Hey guys, what do you think kind of broke down in that 5 minutes between the first and the second goal? What was going through the players' minds at that moment? What went wrong?
I think we just lost structure. We lost. It looked like our heads dropped a little bit, and that's not like us. I think we'll learn from it for sure, and I know it doesn't feel great right now, and but maybe this is the game that we needed for the future, because it won't happen again. I think maybe we got a little bit complacent 3-0. We thought we'd see out the game, and Chicago are a great team, and in the last 30 minutes I thought they came into the game and they were dangerous, and we just have to counteract that and be better individually and collectively as a team to disrupt what they're good at. But I think we just lost that composure, lost that little bit of bite in that last 30 minutes, which cost us the 3 points.
All right, we'll take Nico over on Zoom. Nico, go ahead.
Yeah, to kind of build off that last question, this question could be for both of you. How do you feel like the team initially adjusted to that momentum switch in that second half, and what do you feel the team could have done better during that time?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's very similar to what Has said. Maybe a bit of complacency. I think there was a little bit of a disconnect between how we were closing out the game, which kind of created gaps. Some people still were very front-footed while others were dropping, created pockets in midfield where they could turn and kind of take advantage of that. Disconnected a little bit and a lack of intensity. I think they started to turn it up and they continued to push, and we kind of were just on our heels reacting to that, which is, again, like Has said, not like us at all. That's basically it. I mean, again, it's tough. It's like Portland. It's small things, and it's not like moving mountains to solve them. It's simple solves. It's exactly what you guys see. It's exactly what we see. It's that. It's not groundbreaking knowledge of what went wrong. It's something that we can pick up very clearly. We know how to fix, and we can move forward.
Thank you.
All right, then we'll take Grant.
So, Jordyn, you're obviously still a young player, you have a lot of experience yourself, but with all the young players on your team, what do you say to them to say, like, hey, this isn't going to last forever? Like, how do you kind of talk to the younger players about what a rough stretch like this looks like?
Yeah, I think that's the beauty of the squad that we've got. There's a mixture of experience, young players. We have a really good blend within the team. I think these are lessons that they've probably had at college level in previous, years that they've had. They know it doesn't last. I mean, Portland we weren't good enough at Portland either. And this is maybe for 60 minutes we were fine. I don't think we played great today at all. We weren't at our best, but we got to 3-0, and that sometimes that's what happens with good teams. You don't have to play well, but you find the right people at the right time, and they'll get you the goals. So I just think they'll learn from it. We'll all learn from it together, and we'll push each other through. And we need them just as much as they need us. So it's a collective push, and we'll keep pushing to be better for next week.
All righty, thanks everyone. Thanks Jordyn, thanks Has.
Thank you.